He bowls all those other deliveries with such a minimum of variance in his wrist action. It's very hard to pick up as a batsman.
It's almost like a sort of, a helicopter or an aircraft propeller, just a little change of pitch, and the ball goes a completely different direction.
Well, we spoke about it when we played against them here last week in the game that you alluded to, and we said that if the ball does go up a little bit more, it was something that might turn away, and actually it was very, very difficult to pick. He actually bowled in the same pace, and batsmen, some of our younger players in particular, really struggled with it.
Did you get the impression he is coming towards the end?
I think you do when you watch him. He hasn't quite got that energy in the action. He still gets up there. He still loves it. He's still smiling, which is great to see. But I think there isn't quite the energy in the action anymore, is there?
The basic thing is, of course, he is just in love with the game still, isn't he? Which is a great thing. Right, who are we going to hear from out in the middle? One or two, well, certainly two cricketers. When the Gloucestershire Gladiators are in the field, it'll be Hamish Marshall. But to start with the Dragons having a bowl, it'll be Robert Cross, so we'll get another off-spinner's view on life. And as far as on duty is concerned for us up in the commentary box, myself and Nick and the other Nick and Ian Harvey as well. And predictions go like this. The bottom two going for Glamorgan. I'm going to go for the Gladiators because Ian Harvey, who's played too many games here for him to even remember how many games he's played, thinks that it might be the pitch to suit his old side. So if he says that, that's good enough for me. Right, we're ready to go. Let's get out to the commentary box now and join Ian Harvey and Nick Knight.
Gentlemen.
Thanks, Charlie. Beautiful day here at Bristol. And a good start from Simon Jones. Good to see him playing and good to see him at Glamorgan on loan, of course, from Hampshire.
Brilliant, mate. No problem at all there.
Danger man, as highlighted in red. Let's hope he has a good day. He stayed fit for the last month or so. That's a start for Simon Jones. Not a game then that means a huge amount in terms of qualification, but we're hoping, I'm sure you are, that there'll be some fun in this 2020 game, that release their inhibitions and play some entertaining cricket. Chris Dent then, age 20, his first appearance in the competition this year, so a great opportunity for him. Local lad, Bristol City's his team. Remember the Titans, great film. Edged away, so Dent gets off the mark. So Gloucestershire winning the toss here on a very tired looking surface, old and tired, and no hesitation at the toss. Became Williams, yet will bat first. Keep an eye out for Hamish Marshall. Has 100 in the competition already, 102 from 54. That was against Middlesex at Uxbridge. Wonderful partnership with Kevin O'Brien. Kevin's not playing today. Edged and gone. Beautiful delivery from Jones. Too quick for Marshall.
Yeah, great start. Looking forward to seeing how Simon Jones was going to bowl on this surface. And he has got the ball to get through and carry through to the wicketkeeper Wallace. And this one, good areas. Snipping away a little bit, in safe hands of Mark Cosgrove at first slip. So Gloucester lose their first wicket. Hamish Marshall is gone for just one. Gloucester Gladiators are 2 for 1.
Perfect start then for Jones and for Glamorgan. As I said, a tired old surface, and Alviro Peterson was not happy that he didn't win the toss and bat first. Here he is bowling and he's got early wicket. Absolute beauty. Good catch from Cosgrove, and it's Jack Taylor then. Gets an early chance in this Gloucestershire innings. Well, some pace. It's great to see Simon Jones back in cricket. He's one of the bowlers around the country that can consistently bowl up around 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, enjoy watching him bowl. And again there, good bounce. A good chance here for Jack Taylor. Kane Williamson was due to come in at 3.
Okay, well, we're in for some entertainment. Jack Taylor using the crease, play and a miss, so a good first over, 2 for 1. Very brave shot, sort of Ian Harvey-esque.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's one thing that maybe these players don't see a lot of is decent pace. Yes, on a slowish wicket here in Bristol. Chris Dent, Jack Taylor got an opportunity here. See, spin from the other end. It's going to be the captain, Alvaro Peterson. Get an early look to see if there's any turn.
Well, you should know conditions well here. You've had a look at the pitch. Is it going to turn?
Oh, I think if it does, it's going to be very slow.
Get it! Good, good, good.
Well, it is the surface that they played the 2020 internationals on here a couple of weeks or so ago.
Get that, get that! Up you get, Steve, up you get, bad, well done. Middle please. Middle please.
Middle or long way to lose. Keep going. Keep going. Switch ball. Centre. 4 to come.
Come on now, come on, buddy.
Well, he's gone. Very adventurous batting. Adventurous against Simon Jones and adventurous now against Alvaro Peterson.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I wonder how he's going to play against Alvaro Peterson. And we've just seen how coming down the wicket, perceived in flight, good bowling from the captain. And such great batting from Jack Taylor. So he's got to go. Jack Taylor, he's gone for naught. Gloucester now, a little bit of trouble at 3 for 2.
Well, it's almost as if they've said it's a slow, dry old surface here and we're going to try and get off to a flyer, use these first 6 overs. Well, actually what's happened, of course, is they've lost 2 early wickets. Kane Williamson, the captain, is now at the crease. Youngest ever captain in domestic 2020 competition here. Of course, a New Zealander. John Bracewell, the coach here, will know him well. Great opportunity for him to develop as a cricketer. An opportunity here to get his team in the game.
Yeah, he needs a captain's knock here, doesn't he? 2 early wickets. He's got to really dig in here.
Yeah, fine, that's fine. Simon, come and go, Simon. Yeah. Catch! Oi, love it, Alf, love it, Alf.
So the 2 captains up against each other, Peterson versus Williamson.
Yep.
Nice use of the feet, yeah, just dragged it down slightly. Punished through the offside.
Yeah, good start from Williamson. Very good start. Just dropped it a bit short from Alvaro Peterson. Pushing forward, back onto the back foot, picks the gap. On a fast outfield here. Kane Williams, he picks up his first boundary.
Good use of the feet, but hits the cover, so won't be a boundary. 2 overs gone then, 7 for 2.
Down to long on. What a catch! Sponsor of the Friends Live T20.
So Jones to continue. Playing a miss again, having a real problem coming to terms with conditions out there, Gloucestershire.
He's got 2 slips in there as well now. Pearson, he's gone into second slip. So he's on the tack. As the Glamorgan captain. You're looking for maybe 1 more, 2 more wickets in these first 6 overs. Really put the pressure on the Gloucester Gladiators.
Ian Harvey, Gloucestershire through to the core. Are you happy with what you've seen so far from the home side?
Well, not really. Hamish Marshall got a good one early. And Jack Taylor, he had the opportunity to really get in and get set and try and... But I think he's been sent out there. But I think it's the way you go about the attack. It was his first ball to spin, so it was a little bit disappointing to see the way he got out.
Slashed away. Will just be 1, or should just be 1.
Yes, Molly.
Yeah, we can see here, just coming down, he had it in his mind from ball 1 that he was going to go and go hard. But that was his first ball against spin. So he'd be disappointed with that. Didn't give himself a real chance. And now they've got to try and rebuild, but also try and push on in those first 6. So not easy for the Gladiators.
Yeah.
Just using the pace and will race away. So second 4 then for Gloucestershire.
Yeah, Kane Williamson, he's got 2 of them. He's got the 2. Just using the pace of Jones here. Just inside, fine leg up inside the circle.
Yeah, he's off to a flyer, Kane Williamson. He's a very fine young player. 100 on Test match debut against India. Slip then is forced out, so we just have 1 slip. Slip is now at mid-wicket. Stifled appeal from Jones. He's bowling very quickly, up and around 89, 90 miles an hour. What he makes of it. The boss here, John Bracewell. Good again from Jones. 5 runs from the over. 3 gone, then 12 for 2. So a stuttering start then for Gloucestershire. 12 for 2. Batting to come though. Williamson in now with Dent. Cobain in next, then Chris Taylor. They'll want to post a score of, what, Ian, around 130-ish? Is that going to be a good score on this surface?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we heard Nick Compton earlier saying that both sides really rely heavily on their spin. And if they can get a decent total on the board, they have got that quality in their team. Muralitharan, Kane Williamson, the captain, opens the bowling a bit, bowling some spin. Also young Jack Taylor, so they have got some options there. They don't need to set their sights too high. They just need to really have something there that they can really try and bowl to.
Nice looking shot, but no runs. So Alviro Peterson is changing the bowling. He's out of the attack. Alex Jones is in. Always think that's a good idea when captains just keep changing the bowlers from time to time. Just get the batsmen thinking about any variations they may have, slight changes of pace. Batting looks hard work out there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just some good bowling or some pretty average shot play at the moment. But yeah, just wide, swing and a miss. But it does, I mean, mixing the bowling up, it doesn't really allow the batsman to line any one particular bowler up.
Not a huge crowd here today. Heaved away.
So Christen, he picks up his first boundary. Just trying pushing onto that front foot, just back of a length from Alex Jones. Put away.
Now that should be out. Again attempting that heave over mid-wicket and is out. Simple enough catch in the end. So Gloucester, I'm afraid it's getting worse and worse. 16 for 3 now.
Yeah, another very disappointing dismissal. If you're a Gloucester Gladiators supporter, it's time. Christen is on his way, just back of a length again, tried to repeat the same shot as the previous ball. Top edge. And a very simple catch. So, Christen, he's making his way off the ground here. He's gone. He's gone for 7. Gloucestershire in more trouble, 16 for 3.
Yeah, you're spot on, in real trouble here and in need of an experienced hand. That's what they've got. Chris Taylor is out to join his captain. His captain is off to a flyer, 8 from 6. They need some stability now. Of course, we have a power play set of 6 overs. And it's almost been as if Gloucester are just going to try and power their way through those 6 overs and set up a target. They've stuttered right from the start. Look like Mark Overmars. Football? I'm not big on my football.
Can't help you out on that
You're
one,
not
Nick.
big on your football either, are you? We'll leave that one then. So it's Williamson, the captain, on strike. They did cross, a slip in place.
Yeah, 7 legitimate balls remaining, and well, more than that really. They've got a couple of overs to go in this power play. Got 2 experienced players at the crease. Here's the wicket again. Christen, it's kept a little bit low.
Well, has to hit and doesn't. Scampered single finishes the over then. Will be leg buys. 4 overs gone, 17 for 3, and the perfect start for Glamorgan. Then we can talk to Robert. Robert, good start for you.
Oh, we're very happy with this, Nick. You know, pick up 3 balls like that. I think the boys have bowled well as well. The pitch is 2 weeks old. I spoke to the groundsman earlier. It's the 3rd time they've played in it, and the plates on the wicket are moving a bit, so it's a bit too paced and a little bit of uneven bounce. So, you know, sometimes batting on an old wicket like this, batting second, people wouldn't think it's the way, but, you know, the team batting first aren't sure what a good total is.
Yeah, stay on the mic a minute. Let's just... Yeah, Jones has bowled well for you. Really started nicely.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you know, and the manner that he got Hamish Marshall out is obviously very good for us and denting towards them, really, because it was a top delivery and a very, very good catch.
Top of our show, Robert, we've been talking up Matthias Muralitharan, the off-spinner, the great off-spinner. Is it a bit of a rivalry for you? Are you going to try and out-bowl him?
It's always nice to see him again. You know, it's great. It could be the last time we see him on telly, and to play against him has obviously been a privilege.
Well, thanks very much to Robert Croft, and thank you very much, says Chris Taylor. He'll take that. They need as many boundaries as they can. That's just their 4th.
Yeah, again from Simon Jones, although he's bowled particularly well, he's just, on the odd occasion, has just drifted down the leg side. And again, Chris Taylor here, all he had to do was get a bit of bat on it, use the pace, fine leg up inside the circle. And it just races over this outfield here in Bristol. So Chris Taylor, he picks up his first boundary.
Slightly fortuitous. Banged in off this 2-pace surface and a bottom edge, and it's too good for the keeper, Wallace.
Yeah, done for a bit of pace here as well, a bit of extra bounce. Again, as I mentioned earlier, some of these players won't be used to facing this quality of bowling, this pace of bowling. Got a bit lucky on that occasion, Chris Taylor. They need all the runs they can get at the moment.
That's the angle went. Taylor will want 2, but he won't get it.
Great work out there, Swill. Great work, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Good finish to the over, but an expensive one. 10 runs from it. 27 for 3.
Pick up and throw. Goal! Sponsor of the Friends Life T20.
Willow and then into the attack. Peterson continues to change his bowling lineup. And whatever he's doing is working. 27 for 3, then work to be done for Williamson and Taylor.
Yeah, and he's got a very strong offside field, so his captain will be wanting him to bowl off stump just outside.
Remember Bristol looking this good. Ground looks excellent. The sun is out.
You used to love coming to Bristol, Nick.
Yeah, love's probably slightly exaggeration. Beautiful shot. Punched away then from Taylor. Looks in good touch.
Yeah, I just mentioned there's a very strong offside field. He still managed to find the gap just in front of point. Chris Taylor. 3 boundaries for him. Back of a length. Gets the width that he was after and puts it away. So good start for Taylor.
Yeah, good running. They need that and more. Partnership is developing though. 16 now from 11. No Kevin O'Brien today, that's a shame. But he is away with Ireland. We used to come here in the glory days of Gloucestershire. Harvey and Smudger Smith, Martin Ball, Mark Lane, Jack Russell scratching away behind the stumps.
Yeah, they were the good old days. Used to love standing next to Jack. Very quiet he was behind the stumps, Nick.
What's he doing now, Jack? Still painting?
Still doing his painting. He comes in, drops into the ground, helps out the boys behind the stumps a bit every now and then. So he's still involved, still pops in every now and then. He works with young Richard Coftree. It's good to have him in at the club, Jack. He was brilliant all those years. Very good man to have in your side.
7 trophies in 6 years, quite extraordinary. Wonderful time here for the Gloucestershire side. Excellent run single. So 6 overs gone, 34 then for 3, and it's been a struggle in these power play overs. Excellent start from Jones, too good for Marshall. Frenetic there from young Jack Taylor. Excellent work from Peterson. Jones has been pretty good. 1 for 17 from his 3, bowling quickly up and around 90 miles an hour. And it's been a bit chaotic, I have to say, from Gloucestershire. There's Chris Dent going. We've seen some pretty impressive shots from Chris Taylor. He looks in good touch, 14 from just 9. The captain, Williamson, is set on 10 from 11. So the power play overs have come and gone, which means the field can spread. Only need 4 players in the inner ring. No Robert Croft yet. Be another spin option though. Nick James was going to come into the attack, but Alvaro Peterson's been working very hard because he's going to go back to Alex Jones. Often said that captains don't have a massive role to play in 2020 cricket. Alvaro Peterson has been incredibly busy out there.
He has. He's definitely earned his money in the first 6 overs. Made a few changes. And again, Alex Jones coming into the attack. This is where I hope we're going to see a very big outfield here at Neville Road, Gloucester. And these two, Taylor and Williamson, very quick between the wickets. So they need to keep building on this partnership.
Well, he's keeping a slip in place. That's Mark Cosgrove, and then 3 other fielders in the inner ring.
Good.
Mark Cosgrove. Always look forward to seeing Mark Cosgrove play. Entertaining player. Always good to talk to as well. We're not talking to him on the mic today. That's Robert Croft. Loves the game.
No.
You know him well?
Yeah, he's a very talented player. Very talented. He was for a long time thought very highly of with the Australian selectors, and sort of let himself go a bit, let himself down fitness-wise. And he did play a couple of one-day internationals for Australia. Yeah, sort of lost his way a bit. So I was very disappointed because he's a very talented player, as I said, very attacking.
Well, he's still only 27. Is that regarded as old out in Australia? Has he missed his boat?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. You got the likes of Colin Miller was playing when he got selected to play his first test. He was late 30s, 38, 39. If he keeps performing, you could never say never.
Yeah.
Nice shot, up and over. Won't reach the boundary, but it will be 2 more. Runs are at a premium here at the Neville ground.
Good, AJ. Good side. Good, mate. Yeah.
Excellent over, 4 runs from it, 38 for 3.
Oh, he's gone for it. 6! Sponsor of the Friends Live T20.
Every time I bring it up, there's a break. So the stat? No stats. I just wanted Well, it's been a struggle for Gloucestershire. 8 runs and over. That was be a brilliant effort from here on and gets them to 142. I suspect they're looking at something a little bit smaller than that. Their task, though, will be made even more difficult because Robert Croft is into the attack. Leading spin bowler in the history of this domestic competition. 81 wickets for Robert. A lot of talk at the top of the show about Matthias Muralitharan. This man here will be keen to show all his skills here.
Down.
Excellent, Alf. Good,
Run out, see you lads, come on.
Yeah, very good competitor, Robert Croft. Enjoyed the battle batting against him. I mean, not known for the amount of turn compared to a Matthias Muralitharan, but he's uses his pace well, uses the crease, and very, very experienced.
Nice, nice, straight out that well, straight out that well.
You got him, bud, you got him.
Yeah, he missed a couple of games recently and they were out of the competition. He played 1 or 2 youngsters, so Robert just stepped aside, but he's now back in the side.
Yeah, I reckon.
Not sure he would have stepped aside. He might have been asked. He loves playing. Hard to keep him out of the action.
Yeah, I spoke to him about it a while ago.
Nice, nice.
And I said, were you happy? He said, yeah, happy enough. Happy enough. I mean, I think he understood the reasons why. And he actually travelled with them. He sort of went as a sort of mentor figure, if you like, for the team, which I think he quite enjoyed.
God!
Chipped away will just be 1. He's the oldest player in the competition. We're not seeing you in the competition this year. That's why. You haven't got a team.
Yeah, I think I've played for just about everyone, so...
None of them want you back.
I thought I'd leave that to Crofty. No, the old body doesn't let me get through it anymore.
Yeah. God! Spinning out your gun!
What do they have to do here, your former team? Do they have to keep knocking it around for ones, take Croft out of the attack, or do they have to start stepping on it and try and take Croft for as many boundaries as they can?
Yeah, get it well.
Nice shot, but will just be 1. 5 runs then from Croft's first over, 43 for 3.
Yeah, I think at the moment, you just got to keep the pressure on the bowlers, not allow the bowlers to bowl to them. They've got to mix it up, use their feet, stay back. They've got to try and keep the bowler guessing. And when they do get the bad ball, they've got to put it away. They've got to run hard between the wickets, try and somehow get up to around 130, 140, and allow the likes of Matthias Muralitharan to try and squeeze in those middle overs.
Peterson's at it again, changing the attack. Nick James this time, young former Warwickshire player, actually. An opportunity now in Wales at Glamorgan. Not easy for him to break into the side with Kosker and Croft. Kosker, of course, not playing today. A heel injury for Dean Kosker. So an opportunity for Nick James. Played the last couple of games, Nick James. 4 overs, none for 22 and 4 overs, 1 for 23. So a good start for him.
Down.
Gone. Just a little bit of a feather and a great catch as well. So Chris Taylor goes for 17.
Yeah, Nick James, in his first over, gets a big wicket of Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor just giving himself a bit of room. A good catch in the end to Mark Wallace behind the stumps. But Nick Jones, he's done the job. Chris Taylor has got to go for 17. Lost to Gladiators, 44 for 4.
Well, he looked in good touch. Every time they just try and break free Gloucestershire, they keep losing wickets. Much credit then to Glamorgan. Much credit to Peterson, who's mixing his attack. He brings in James and instantly picks up a wicket. Ian Cobain then, a young man, aged 24. Had a reasonable competition. Highest of 78, 46. That was against Surrey. Lots of starts.
Get it!
Nice start. And the key for Gloucester now, Ian, is to try and work out what they can reasonably get to. It can't be too expansive. They'll have to try and work out with Murley what score they can try and defend.
Yeah, it helps with the captain still being out there, doesn't it? Kane Williamson. He will have a total in mind. As you mentioned, they don't want to get too far ahead of themselves.
We'll have to hurry. And I think he's okay.
Yeah, a bit of a mix-up between Cobain and Williamson. Yeah, I think the bowler had have been behind the stumps. Could have been quite tight.
Yeah, this time a very big no from Kane Williamson. 9 overs gone, then 47 for 4. Some other games going on today, some big games too. Middlesex, Somerset. Somerset, of course, will need to win that game. Somerset 75 for 2. Peter Trigo is 31 not out. That game, of course, at Southgate. Massive game for Somerset. Remember, Middlesex are out of the competition. Both sides will want to win the next game. Sussex, Hampshire, of course. Hampshire are through and qualified, but if they win that game, they have a home tie in the quarter-finals. Hampshire 64 for 1 and going well. Lanks not, start delayed from rain. Well, we had sun yesterday at Old Trafford, rain today. Yorkshire, Durham at Scarborough. Durham still very much in the competition, 75 for 4.
Catch it! Oh, love it, Rob. Love it, Rob. Lovely drop there, Crofty, eh? Fight to finish him here, boys. Come on, eh? Excellent, excellent.
It's getting down to the crucial stages of the competition, isn't it? 16 matches, of course, in the qualification period. Run rate becomes an issue. Handsome turn from Croft.
Yeah, good flight. Good turn from Robert Croft. Let's see here. So tough times for the Gladiators.
Yeah. Lovely, Rob. Not too well done. Spot that chair or not?
Well, that would have been very close. They're trying to take every single run, every single that's on offer, and it was excellent work from Peterson.
Yeah, excellent work. Robert Croft in good position as well. I think that was George Sharp, might have got himself in the way there.
Good, great set, Rob.
Excellent over then from Robert Croft, 48 for 4.
Bound to long on. What a catch! Sponsor of the Friends Live T20.
Struggle then for Gloucestershire. What can they get to on a score of around 120? 130 would look good on this surface. Take through next few overs. Nick Compton's with Charlie.
Thank you, Nicky. 48 for 4 after 10. What do we reckon? 130 would be all right, wouldn't it? But how are they going to get there? That's the question. 10 overs to get the runs.
Yes, Charles, they're going to have to try and rotate the strike for probably another 5 or 6 overs and then use what batting they've got left to get themselves a reasonable total. It's quite hard to work out. It's they've lost too many wickets, really, to take any more risks.
That's excellent, Nick. That's excellent.
Well, the captain, Kane Williamson, is out there on 19 from 24, and the new man, Ian Cobain, has a reputation for being a big hitter if he gets in. He played one innings in this year's T20 competition, which was an extraordinary effort at Gloucester when he scored 78 or 46 balls in a very low scoring game. His innings was the standout effort. Kept hitting sixes for fun, as I recall. Set up a winning position for the Gladiators, one of their rare wins. 168 for 6, played 122. It was against Surrey.
Ball, excellent.
Gloucester just struggling a little bit here against the spin of Nick James, they've taken the opportunity to really try and rifle through these overs and get through them as quickly as possible.
Well, Croft's got figures of 2 overs, no maidens, 0 for 6. James has figures of 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 8. So that's 4 overs for 14, which is not what's required. So I wonder whether that's to do with the pitch and it's just difficult to score runs on and start to flow freely. In which case, what do they need in order to allow Muralitharan to do his thing?
Catch!
Oh, now that is a catch! Alvaro Peterson, the Dragons captain, has taken flight and come down with a magnificent snaffle.
What a catch this is. Just sitting on the ring there, almost backpedaling. And he's taken it one-handed. We'll see here as Croft down the wicket, Williamson. And there goes Peterson like a flying acrobat almost. What a catch from the captain.
What a catch indeed. Croft gets his man, 1 for 6 now. His figures, it's 52 for 5 as we're in the 12th. Stupendous take. And some of the fielding that we've seen in 2020 this year has been out of the very highest draw, but that's up there with anything we've seen.
Let's take a look at it again, Charles. It's not a bad shot really from Williamson, who's looking to chip over the infield, and Peterson's read that situation quite well. He's sort of backpedaled and he's taken an incredible catch with one hand. Look at that leap.
The man on the flying trapeze would have been happy with that one. It's the end of the Gloucestershire Gladiators captain Williamson, gone for 20, 27. And the new batsman is Richard Coftree.
Charles, you reckon you could pull something off like that?
Well, I'm a bit taller than him, and I so I wouldn't have to jump like that.
Yeah, Gladiators really in trouble now. They probably couldn't have had a worse start, having lost a few early wickets, and then, as we said in the build-up, that spin was going to be key and be very difficult to get away. So they're really going to have to try and eke their way up to a respectable score and try and bat now, and at least until the 16th over.
Well, that's tossed really high by Croft. He knows he's got a nervy Gloucestershire Gladiators batting lineup in front of him. Coftree, 22 years of age, making a rare appearance in the first team. So Croft is just taking all the pace off the ball, saying, "You want to hit me, son? Good luck."
Yeah, great position to be in as the fielding unit, knowing that you can get through a few dot balls.
Ball, lovely Rob, good mate.
Croft really enjoying his role now. He can get that economy rate right down and put a lot of pressure on these Gladiator batsmen.
Just looks nervy, doesn't he? This could well be a wicket maiden. Last ball coming up, wicket off the first ball, 4 dots. Can Croft produce a wicket maiden to cement excellent figures? Indeed he can. That is outstanding bowling by the veteran off spinner. 52 for 5. Let's have a quick word with the old boy. Now, you must be quite happy with that.
Yeah, it's going nice, isn't it? That was a terrific catch. I mean, no matter how well you bowl, if you can get backed up in the field like that, it makes it a hell of a lot easier job.
You mean it wasn't planned for?
Well, we did drop him a bit deeper, and the plan was to get Williamson off strike, but, well, we did technically, didn't we?
Well, absolutely. And then a wicket maiden, and Benedict's trying to give me a stat.
Yeah.
Your second maiden in your 264 overs.
Beautiful.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Now, Crofty, just tell me, 52 for 5, what are you trying to roll them for here?
Oh, look, I think you have to... We'd love to keep him under 100, let's be fair. But you can't look too far ahead in this stuff. I mean, if the big lad the other end, I don't know his name, could, you know...
Cobain.
Cobain could catch hold of a few, yeah.
You probably played against his dad.
Yeah, or his granddad.
Ball coming here, Jamo.
54 for 5.
Got it!
Oh, now was that a little chance? There were shouts of catch it.
Not sure if they were getting a little bit overexcited there. Came down the wicket, and let's have a look. I think it might have been. It was, and almost could have been a run-out chance in the end.
Full toss, not hit properly though. Probably just as well it wasn't hit properly. They're coming back for 2. They'll have to get a shift on, but they do it easily.
Good running from the guys. They've got to do a lot more of this. Try and put the ball into gaps, really run hard and try and get the score up. It's not an easy wicket to force the pace, so boundaries aren't coming thick and fast, so they're going to have to try and run those 2s, work the ball around.
Ball. Keep going at that.
Well played there. Just use the pace of the ball, put it into the gap. It's important that they try and solidify things, but they've got to make sure that they get the ball into those gaps. There's quite a lot of gaps at the moment, so there are plenty of ones on offer.
Down. Brilliant, Cookie. Nice, Will. Nice, mate.
13 overs gone, 59 for 5.
Pick up and throw. Goal! Sponsor of the Friends Life T20.
Try to stick with
You can always bowl, mate.
the basics.
Right, Croft's going to bowl his final over. 3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 6, his figures so far. Can he get away with 3 overs for less than 10? Now that would be an achievement.
Ball.
Still on course.
In there. You 2 in there, You pivots in there, boy.
Yeah, Crofty would have been in this position a few times. We'll know exactly what to do. Just hold the ball back a little bit.
One to you, Gam.
This gives away a single.
Nothing like a bit of pace on the ball as a batsman, just to rotate the strike. But when someone like Croft with his experience will just hold the ball back a little bit and make the batsman try and use his feet or do something different to manoeuvre the ball.
Get it! Oh, good hustle, Rob.
Oh, that's a rather sedentary dive by Robert.
Almost like he just fell over because he had to.
You're being cruel now.
Come on, mate, deserve another bat.
He won't hear me.
Oh, get it, AJ!
Brilliantly bowled. No runs there, so what have we got? 4 balls gone. 2 runs from the over. Figures of 1 for 8.
Haven't seen too many sweeps or reverse sweeps or much innovation today. Perhaps because the wicket's quite slow.
They're going to get a single there.
Yay!
Oohs and ahs.
Yeah,
So here we go then. Last ball coming up. Figures of 1 for 9. Come on, Robert, get a dot ball away.
Straight out of Cubs!
Well, he gives away a single, so his figures are 1 for 10 from 4 overs, and that is the most economical spell in 2020 cricket for Glamorgan ever. So here's his wicket again. Brilliant catch by Alvira Peterson, but the way he just kept the ball on a string and just didn't allow anybody ever to get away was outstanding. Let's have a quick word with Robert again. Brilliant figures, Crofty. 1 for 10 from 4.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, obviously. But I think the key to it was assessing the pace to bowl on early on. You know, it is a very worn pitch as such, so you almost have to take pace off the ball, really make it harder to strike, and that's what I tried to find, that pace early on, you know.
Your figures, you know, are the most economical by a Glamorgan bowler in 2020 cricket ever.
Ah, well.
You've got another record, another one in the bank.
Well, it beats going for 30 odd last week anyway.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's the Yorker by Owen. And that's 6 down, and the Gladiators are going down in a heap here.
Great delivery from Owen. Spears the centre middle stump. Sort of perfect delivery, actually. Not what the Gloucester Gladiators, got that right eventually, would have wanted.
Coftree has gone. Richard Coftree gone for 5. 63 for 6, the Gladiators. This is a sorry affair. But if they can just get up to 90 or 100, that might yet be enough. Because remember, they have got the great Matteo Muralitharan in their ranks, and this pitch would presumably, if it suited Croft, will suit Murali.
Yeah, Charles talking about the score 90. Somerset were down here last week and got bowled out for 90, and
We're probably playing on this pitch.
Probably was, actually. So, not a great score, 90, but it always brings a few jitters if you get a couple of early wickets. Ed Young, who's in it, not much of a to pose as a batsman, but got a decent strike rate. He's going to need to use that.
He's all right, Ed Young. I know he's not got very many runs in 2020 cricket. He's only got 1 double-figure score and lots of lower scores, but batting this low down in the order, that's always likely to be the case. But he's done okay in the championship.
Yeah, they've got some good talent, haven't they? Don't always get to see enough of them, and especially coming down at this number in the order, it's very difficult.
Well, that's a way through the covers. There'll be a chase on all the way out to the rope. There'll be a dive at the last minute. Athletic stuff. Gareth Rees does the fielding. And Young is on his way with 3.
Nice shot by Ed Young. Full delivery from Owen. It's quite an attractive cover drive, that. splits the gap, and just quite good fielding as well. Just manages to claw it back.
Pulled away. Won't go for 4. In fact, it's only a single. Hit it rather too well.
It's great fielding there, actually, from young Cook. Another reserve wicketkeeper, I'm told, and looked like there was definitely 2 on show there, but he's picked that up really quickly and fired it in. So Owen with 1 wicket. That's well bowled, just back of a length. You can probably see as a seamer, it's quite hard to get away when you bowl back of a length. You've got to get your length in line right, but especially if there's no pace, it's very hard to generate any.
Current run rate gets them to 96 and over, which they're under at the moment, gets them to 98. 8 and over, 108, and 10 and over, which is probably pie in the sky, 119. Get to 100, they'd be delighted here. And that's more brilliant fielding by the youngster out there at deep mid-wicket. Outstanding work, saves 2.
Yeah, great fielding in the outfield again by Cook. Sprints around one-handed, that's brilliant fielding. Almost loses his glasses in the process, but managed to get back on his feet and fire that ball back in. So that's quite a few runs saved in those last 2 deliveries.
Well, with Croft off, there's an enforced change with Croft bowled out. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 10. Here's the Dean Kosker understudy. Kosker not playing today, very much the #1 left-arm spinner in the Glamorgan ranks, but no Kosker. So James coming on for his 4th and final over. His first 3 went for 14. He took a wicket, so 1 for 14 for him. Full toss, smeared away, and away for 4. Much needed boundary, only the 7th boundary of the innings.
Yeah, good shot from Cockbain. James Young. Drifting into the pads, comes down the wicket and, yeah, hooks that over mid-wicket. No, Elvira Peterson could catch that one. It's the first boundary since the 6th over.
Catch it!
High in the air, the shout is catch it. Peterson's back paddling, he's going to take this one. Yes, he does. Well, did he go too early, Cobain? Was that really necessary at this stage? He's already 6 wickets down, the Gladiators. Now they're 7 down, and they've only got 73.
Yeah, I have a feeling a little bit of adrenaline rush there, having hit the previous ball for 4. He's seen it lofted up high, he's come down, and he's got underneath it far too much. He's gone straight up, and safe hands of Elvira Peterson, doesn't drop many. Yeah, a little bit too early there, I think. Could have waited another 2 or 3 overs before, you know, going for the maximum. Ian Cockbain, 15 off 19 balls, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Another good solid catch that by Peterson, not in the brilliant class of his earlier one, which was one-handed, but still backpedaling. And it gives James his 2nd wicket, so he's got pretty tidy figures at this stage. 4 more balls to go in his spell, 2 for 18.
Got a nice action, James. Actually does remind me of Dean Kosker a little bit in the way that he approaches the wicket and puts quite a lot of revs on it. And he's been quite impressive.
Ian Saxelby, who is primarily a seam bowler, who we first saw a few years ago when he was in England under-19. In fact, the first time we saw him, I think he was in England under-19, and he was playing against Kane Williamson's young Kiwi side. That's just chipped over mid-wicket. Should just be 1, but they'll come back for 2, and they'll get a move on, and they will get home easily.
A little bit short on that occasion, and I'm not sure he meant the ball to go there, but he managed to